So in the last video, we created a procedure that gets all of our server entries right here. And once that's called, it returns all of the entries that we have in our server data table. Then in our web API, we altered our get to return those servers because it calls set procedures and returns the results. So if we head over to our war game, we're going to actually move to our game instance. Here's the game instance.h and CPP. So we're going to want to set up a similar, set it up similarly to how we did it in our host beacon object. So let's go ahead and include http.h into our game instance header and include, actually that might be all. So I'm going to make a protected section. That's going to hold our pointer to our HTTP object. And then in our constructor, we have to get it. So just like before, it's our HTTP module get. And what we're going to do is pretty much make that HTTP request like we did for our delete server right here. But instead, we're going to change that to get, and we are not going to be passing in anything to it. So let's go ahead and create that function. It's going to be blueprint callable. So u function blueprint callable void get server list. Now I'm going to go ahead and create the definition for it. All right, not sure what it's complaining about, but it's most likely fine. And I'm going to go to our initial lobby handling where we did our initial request. I'm going to copy from lines 42 to 52 where we create our request. I'm going to paste it inside of get server list. And then I'm going to copy this on process request complete from the header of our Nazi Zombie Beacon host object and move it to our game instance. I'm going to change this to on server list request complete and change it along with the class that we're in to have our on server list request complete. And I'm going to remove our setting of the content because that's not needed and change it the request from post to get. And from here, we are simply going to create the definition for our on server list request complete. We're going to do an if success else. So if it's successful, we want to print out the response. We're going to do UE log. And response get content as string. And our else get server list failed. Okay, that should be good for now. Now what we can do is we can create an event, which we're not going to be setting up just yet, that will fire. So what my thoughts were, I'm going to take this response. If it's successful, we are going to create an array that it returns, and we're going to pass that array through our event into Blueprint, loop through it, and assign, well, pretty much that's how we're going to construct our server list. So let's create that event real quick. It's a dynamic multicast delegate. So declare dynamic multicast delegate f on servers received. I guess that's a good enough name. And put it right here. Say u property. What was the type? Yeah, blueprint assignable. F on servers received on F. Let's change this up a little bit. F servers received and F on servers received. So that way we can just do F on servers received dot broadcast and pass in whatever we need. So we're just going to create that event for now, and we should be good to compile. So the event will pretty much just be altering and setting up in the next video because it does have to take in an array. So we just have it there kind of as a reminder. Well, a reminder for me to actually do it. Okay, we compiled. So once GetServerList is called, we should be doing our GET request, which should in fact return all of our servers, hopefully. So I'm going to run the web API and going to go to our main menu. We're going to create a button and call it. Right. I'm going to open the main menu, copy our connect button, and change it to get servers. All right, let's go ahead and bind it. The underscore get servers test. Let's change the name up. So now we want to get the game instance. So get game instance. We're going to cast it to our Nazi zombie game instance base. And if it's valid, we want to do get all, what is it? We're going to do get server list. Compile and save. And let's test it. So once we run it, and if it's successful, we should see the server entries in our log. So get all servers. And here's our response. So server ID 123456789 with the made up IP. Server name is test server 1. And we can see everything is kind of set up in JSON format. So it's essentially just one array with 2 elements. So you can see the comma there. So pretty much in the next video, we will have to go through this in JSON. Well, create them into JSON objects and kind of rebuild them into our class. So now that we are able to easily receive our server list, I will see in the next one where we loop through it and construct pretty much our array that we're going to be using to generate our server list. So I'll see you then.